It's just burning in your pocket. No, 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 no. Don't make me blush. Testing 1, 2. Mic check, one. Bitch. Is it recording? Yeah. Nuh-uh. It's the end of the year and mistakes have been made, lessons have been learned. Let's talk about it. Hi. Thank you for clicking back on my channel. Welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name is Aubrey. I'm the owner. Girl, I got a new pencil. I don't know how to act. My name is Aubrey. I'm the owner of cocoaskyco, an anime-inspired self-care brand. I started posting about my small business this year, and hopefully next year I can post a lot more about it. Today we're going to be talking about some lessons I've learned, a little bit of my revenue. I'm ranking my conventions. I have my iPad here because I have everything written down because I actually want to remember everything I want to put in this video. By the way, this is just from my personal experience, not a professional at all. I just wanted to share my journey, reflect, and hopefully be better prepared and do better for next year. There's a few things I've learned in 2025. Number one, this can all be taken away, okay? I'm not even where I want to be at, and it can all just easily be taken away. That's even if you're not running a small business, it can be taken away. I think it's really easy to get caught up in, oh, I'm making all this money, now let me go spend it. Let me go do this, let me go do that. And some people don't reinvest into their business. They're like, oh, I just made $5,000. Let me go to the store, when it really should just be reinvested back into your business. That is something that I was guilty of. I was like, oh my God, I just made like $10,000. Let's go ahead and go shopping. And it's like, girl, you don't even got business cards. You're at Walgreens buying their 4x6 photos and making them your business cards. Get some actual business cards, which I have now, but we'll talk about that later on. But with that, I want to add to just keep working and doing your best. Another lesson I learned is to make time for yourself. You need to have a work-life balance. You can't all be work, business, business, business. And that was me. I'd wake up and go to bed thinking about my business. That was the only thing I was focused on. I'd be at work thinking about my business. I'd be trying to relax thinking about my business, and I never really got to relax. I was just so caught up with what can I do, what shit. I hope that did not mess up my audio. What can I make? What can I do? How can I fix this? It's all I thought about, that I never got a chance to actually relax, think about how far I've actually come. Like, I made time to go out, but when I was out, I was on my phone editing pictures, editing videos, looking at products and stuff. Like, who wants to, no, like, nobody wants to hang out with somebody that's constantly doing something. I can't just like put their phone down for 5 minutes and just be in the moment. I'm learning to be more in the moment and be like, okay, I've done enough for today. Let me put this phone down and let me just relax. Like, let me put on an episode of Degrassi, an episode of Inuyasha. Like, girl, relax. Another lesson I learned is not comparing myself to others. I feel like this is an inevitable thing. Even if you're very secure about yourself, I feel like comparing yourself isn't always a negative thing. Sometimes I'll look at them and I'll be like, dang, like, I'm here for it. Okay, if they're working this hard, I need to work hard too. Like, I need to step it up, you know? Back then, I would look at another business like, oh my God, they're way ahead of me. How did they do this? How can I do that? Like, they're just so ahead. Like, maybe I should just give up now. Maybe I should just stop. And it's like, no, there's room for everybody. You have your own unique way of doing things. Comparison is a thief of joy. And as cheesy as that sounds, that is one of the realest quotes I have ever heard. Comparison is the thief of joy. You're over here focused on somebody else's success when you could be working towards yours. You're over here focused on somebody else's goals and how they're doing this when you can be focused on your goals and making it happen for yourself. You focused on them is putting you back so far. Some things I've been doing is just staying in my own lane. I'll go on my feed, I'll like some stuff, I'll post, and then I'll get off of it. A lot of my inspiration does come from Pinterest. Like, I think about 70% of my inspiration comes from Pinterest. About 30% just comes from this silly little brain in my head. Do what works best for you. You're on your own journey. You are on your own path. You are on your own timing. You have your own side missions, okay? They're probably on their main mission. You are probably on your little side missions, you know. They've already done their little side missions. They're at their main mission. Don't compare yourself. And it's easier said than done. It is so much easier said than done. But still, don't do it. It really messes with your mental. Another thing that I have to say is to take your time. Take your time, please. I've mentioned numerous times that I'm in a constant state of urgency. Even to this day, I'm a very anxious being, very anxious. I'm constantly thinking I'm running out of time, that I have to get this done now. I have to do this. I have to do this. I've heard of this thing where if you have an idea and you don't act on it, it's going to go to somebody else. And sometimes I think I take that literal, where I'm like, oh, it's 3 a.m. I have this idea. I got to work on it right now. And it's like, girl, breathe. How about you get some sleep? How about you get some sleep? How about we focus on this in the morning, you know? But then I'm like, I don't want to lose this idea, or I gotta do it now. I gotta do it now. Like, I'm that type of person where it's like, it's in my head. I can't think about anything else until something is done about it. And that's a blessing and a curse, to be honest, because I've made lots of products that I was like, do I really want to do this? I find myself kind of wanting to do a little bit of everything. And that's kind of not going to get you anywhere. I find myself like, okay, do I want to make this? I want to make this. I want to make this. And it's like, girl, focus on one thing. What do you want to do? Do it. There's been a decline in like anime conventions, like revenue wise. And honestly, some conventions I've done pretty good, but others I've noticed a decline. I've even opted to not attend that specific convention because of it. I kind of put two and two together that 2021 is so it's like not even post or pre-COVID, because COVID is still very much a real thing, but it was like when things were starting to open back up, everybody was so eager to get out and spend this money. That was the first time I ever went to a convention and even sold at the convention. So I sold out of everything and I made a good amount of profit. I did. And then as people are going out and things are getting more expensive, they're spending less. You know, a lot of people I've noticed are going to conventions to really just meet up with mutuals and just, you know, enjoy what the convention is for. They're kind of wandering, browsing Artist Alley, waiting until the last day. And that's completely fine. That's completely fine. But it's just something I've noticed. To me, I'm not like too mad about it. If anything, I'm more motivated to really try to make my product stand out. And I guess it really like will show like, okay, is this product really selling well? Do I need to tweak it? What should I do? This is not selling well. Because I've had stuff that sold really well at conventions and not sold good online in my shop. So that's something to really think about. I have some honorable mentions for starting a business and like running one. First things first, branding. That's definitely something that I plan to work on a lot next year. I mentioned it before, but I've always put anime inspired self care in my bio on Instagram. I kind of just had it there for the past couple years, and it's like, okay, cool. But I always felt like if somebody clicked and saw me or saw my it was something I didn't research on, so I didn't make it a priority or implement it much into my business. I'm like, okay, I have a logo. That's branding. That's good enough branding. That's not enough good branding. Like when you go on somebody's Instagram post, like who's an example? Who is somebody that I can use? Where if I click or see that product, I know I can tell like who that's from. Someone who you can look at what they make and know that that's where it's from is one of this artist named Julianne Doodles. You could show me a sticker sheet or a sticker and I'm gonna automatically know that that's her. That's her work. If you're like, okay, oh my god, look at where I got this from, I'll be like, oh, that's da 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 da. That's like what I really would like to work on next year. From my thank you cards, my packaging, and even my products itself, even like my layout on social media. Like I want people to really, oh my god, that's Coco Sky. You know, that's just something that you could take into account. Finances, I'm really going to focus on making sure I keep my business and personal separate from before. Like don't be you get like $100 from your business and you're like, I'm gonna go to Marshall's, you know, I got an extra $100 in my pocket. It's just burn it in your pocket. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You're gonna invest that $100 right back into your business. And I really would like to go by the 20-30-50 rule. I believe it's 20% savings, 30% profit, 50% back into your business. And I feel like that's a really good thing to look at. Building hype for your launch. I feel like if you post something, it's like, okay, cool. But if you're like building that hype, it's like, oh my gosh, like I want this, fear of missing out, or I gotta get my hands on this. And you gotta find what's best for you in the sense of what's gonna have people like, oh, this is too soon to like by posting it too soon, too late, and just right. Because like when you wait like such a long time, people are kind of like, oh, okay, I'm over this. It's out now. I don't really want it anymore. You gotta find like that right time frame to announce what you're gonna do. I just had my first pre-order that I ever did about 2 weeks ago, and it's been going really well. I feel like I really took the time to build the hype for it. I think I waited about a month. I teased the idea a bit. I took my audience to design the project with me. So I think that really helped, and I asked for their feedback before I even like had samples brought in. I had the samples made. I thought everything was okay, and then I decided to proceed. So another one is to nurture the audience you already have. Build that community. That's also part of branding, and that's why I still kind of use the word brand, because like I have people who've ordered from me a long time ago who I'm actually really good friends with. I feel like I've built that type of relationship with certain people, certain customers. So that's something you really want to focus on, because those customers can really be lifelong customers and friends. I had somebody the other day. I posted an old product that I made like 3 years ago. They messaged me like, "Oh my gosh, I still have the packaging for that," and it's like, wow, thank you. And then they sent a photo of me of this whole lip gloss collection that I had, and I'm just like, wow. Don't make me cry. Don't make me blush. And another one, like I said, I just have to reiterate this one. Please be patient with yourself. Please be patient with yourself. When I tell you, like, I'm so mean to myself, and it's like, girl, you would not talk to your friend like that. Don't talk to yourself like that. You will not talk to your partner like that. Don't talk to yourself like that. You deserve grace just like everybody else. You're trying your best. It's your first time here. Be kind to yourself. Okay? I really also wanted to rank the events that I attended this year, whether they were free or not. First things first, I always make it a goal to make back table the first day. And that's what I was able to do at all the events I attended this year. I at least made back table the first day. Going to events, I usually try to set little goals for myself, but I also still try to go in open minded and not expect things. Like I obviously have like a number I'd like to hit. I attended, I believe, 5 events this year. Is it 5? Oh, it was only 4. I've only attended like 4 events this year. Oh, I got accepted into quite a few, but I only went to like 4. DreamCon, BotCon, Tokyo X, and then I had a little One Piece pop up. And I'm gonna rank them from least to highest. And I just want to say I'm grateful that I was able to attend any of these events at all. I'm always grateful when I get approved or get invited to go to an event. It's a chance for me to learn and improve and gain some new insight and make some new connections. But the first one I'm going to talk about is my One Piece pop up. I'm gonna rate it a 7. The vibes were good. I loved it. It was super. It was cozy. It was the smallest event I did. It was like 4 vendors, and the only thing that I really wish it wasn't so early. It started at like 9 on a Saturday, and once again, people are working Friday. Saturday and Sunday are typical days off for people, so they want to sleep in. Like nobody wants to go to this event at like 9 in the morning. So if we had started, I feel like maybe around like 2, I feel like that would have been good. Because I've been to some of these pop-up events in like coffee shops and stuff, and I would go around 2, I'd go around 3, and it was busy. So I did make some sales. It was a free event that I attended. Super grateful for that. Thank you so much, Lauren. But yeah, definitely would like to go to one where it's a little later in the day, maybe. Oh my god, I said least two to highest, but I rate the One Piece pop up 7 out of 10. But Tokyo X, we're gonna rate is the lowest one. I'm gonna rate that one 5 out of 10. Kind of marketed as an anime convention, but I think they said that they weren't an anime convention, and it was busy. It was packed. However, I don't think my audience for the type of products I make was there. I did make table back. I did make some type of profit, Would I attend it again? Yes, but I would go with the stuff that I have from my other projects. I did make some new friends. I made some new vendor friends. They're super cool. And I was in an artist alley for the first time. Did I like it? No. Would I do artist alley again? Yes. Probably that one, but you got to pick your own booth. And I should have just picked the corner one. It was just very crunched up, and I feel like some people around me kind of took up more space than they should have. Like me, I'm over here, all my stuff is neatly under my table. I'm making sure I don't go over nobody else's, and I feel like a lot of other artists kind of didn't take that into accountability. But the one on the right side of me, my Pookie right there, I would go back though with different products for that type of crowd. Next is gonna be Bakon, aka Bacon. I'm gonna rate that one an 8 out of 10. I actually really enjoyed it. I went in and I saw that it was at a hotel, and I was like, oh. But I made back table and I made some profit, and pretty good profit for it to be. I think it was 2 days. I think it was 2 days. Yeah, it was 2 days, and it was so fun and cozy and chill. I did have a else's flare up though, but also everybody was super sweet, and that's when we had the hurricane. So I feel like it would have been even better if there wasn't a hurricane. I would definitely go back to that one. Honestly, I think I would go back to all the events that I attended this year, just to try it out again. Last but not least, DreamCon was the number one, of course. Sorry, might be biased. I think it's because like all the other events I go to, I'm really just clocking in basically. But when I go to DreamCon, I'm like seeing my friends, my mutuals, meeting other people that like really enjoy the things that I enjoy. I'm seeing the homies. It's like a family reunion. It feels like a big family reunion, and I'm getting paid to go. It's fun. I'm only rating it 9 out of 10 because the aisles were a little bit like closer, and people were kind of knocking like the pipes and drapes over, and that scared me. Like I didn't want it to fall on anybody. I didn't want any display to topple over, and a lot of people weren't mindful of their space and like their surroundings. I don't really think the staff could really prevent that. It's a lot of people at once. It was really busy, but other than that, love DreamCon. Very nice. Always a pleasure being there. So yeah, that was a little summary of my business this year. I learned a lot. I'm not gonna take it with a grain of salt. Really prioritize branding and my community and see how far I can go next year. Also, forgot DreamCon. I made booths back in the same day too, and I made a good amount. Thank you so much for watching me yap. I'm gonna catch you on the next video. I hope you have a safe and happy new year. Please don't be on these streets that late because people are crazy and don't know how to act. And I'm gonna see y'all next year. Until next time.